My next question is, if you wouldn't mind to share, are you yourself a gun owner?
Yes, I am. I have an AK-47 that I bought when Bill Clinton told me we wouldn't be able to have anymore. So I bought it, basically because they were going to ban them. And so I thought, well, I'd like it grandfathered in. Now, I've never actually shot it. Like I said, I just bought it because Bill Clinton told me I couldn't have one. And I do own a 38 Special in which I have taken, gun lessons. And I had a concealed carry permit for a while, so I had to go to class for that.
You're in welcome company with the AK.
Yeah. Well, and let me mention, I grew up around guns. My father was a hunter. My brother was a hunter. And we had, above our TV in our family room, my dad had a custom built gun case. And he probably had like 15 rifles, never had a lock on it. We didn't care. It was just, okay, you got guns sitting over there. It never even occurred to us to, try to break in and do anything with them.
Yeah, that's we've found, in promoting gun safety, and we work closely with our local sheriff's office and an organization called the Alliance for Child Firearm Safety. We've learned that the families that have that as part of their family culture, the belief in the Second Amendment and safety, are never the ones where the accidents happen. It's in homes where those things don't exist.
Right. And in fact, my dad did take me, I would help him. And by the way, I haven't eaten red meat in over 20 years. Okay. So I'm not a hunter. But when I was young, he did take me hunting for, pigeons, ducks, I don't remember. But I do remember, oh yeah, I know what it was. He was friends with a farmer who had cherry trees, and the blackbirds would eat the cherries. And so I would go over there with him with the rifle. I was like 5 years old, and he pretty much had to hold the gun and I would pull the trigger. But yeah, so, I learned to fire a gun at a young age. And so I just didn't see the mystery. And by the way, and I'm not going to sit here and advocate that parents have guns that aren't locked. That's not my message here. Okay. Let me quickly make the disclaimer. All I'm saying is that our culture in my family was that we knew the guns were there and the mystery was out of it. And it never even occurred to us to try to do anything with them.
It was the same for me growing up, and we try to spread that message for folks that, if that's not part of their family culture, we want to help introduce them to that so we demystify it and make it safer. So then would it be safe to say that you think individual gun ownership is something people, it would be an inalienable right?
Oh, absolutely. And if I were president, I would get rid of every gun law passed in the last 100 years and do everything I could to keep the egregious red flag laws from being passed, because basically you're having your constitutional rights taken away without even a fair trial. And last, I compare the situation, for instance, the law that was almost passed in Virginia. I liken that to when Governor George Wallace stood on the steps of the University of Alabama preventing Black students from entering the university. I see this as a constitutional right, and if states start breaking constitutional rights like that, then I think the federal government has every right to step in. That's
very refreshing to hear, because it's been crickets on several issues from the current administration. Gun owners they were real on edge when Obama was president. I mean, they feel safe in the current environment, but we've had several issues lately. We had an episode recently where the ATF just all of a sudden interpreted a certain regulation regarding an AR accessory in a different way and started enforcing it, which has been a terrible thing for businesses, and also just doesn't make you feel very secure as someone like myself who makes a living selling guns. So that's probably the most overlooked issue. Is it's an economic issue for our economy, as well as obviously a Second Amendment right.
Previous episodes and more available at gunshopshow.com.